Hey, folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's live trading action video. My name is Gareth Soloway. Today's date is Thursday, December 11th, 2014. I wanted to talk a little bit about the S&P 500 and the overall markets in this video today and kind of give you my views on what is going on. So number one, we are reversing the entire move essentially down yesterday. Now, what you're seeing over the last few days is these mega reversals occurring. For instance, if you go to Tuesday, we had the big gap down. We reversed 100% of that move. Then you collapsed back down yesterday, going even lower. Today, you're reversing 100% of that move. So, again, what you're witnessing before your eyes, which is pretty amazing, in fact, is the markets kind of struggling here to figure out a direction. All right, needless to say, we're overbought on a daily chart. And again, I can bring up the daily, and you can just see the abnormally extended move on this daily chart. So that's number one. So the markets obviously know they're overbought short term, which is making sellers very ready to press the trigger button if something should come up. But on the other side of the coin, you have buy the dippers. You have the dollar yen impact, which is a major impact. When the dollar yen moves up, markets will rally. And today the dollar yen is surging back to the upside. So it's really, in my opinion, a kind of a divergence of sentiment where you have quick switches back and forth from very bearish to very bullish, and then back to very bearish, and then back to very bullish. And again, the buy the dip mentality, I think, is a big player here, where every pullback now, investors who are sitting on the sidelines that have any money on the sidelines are throwing it into the market as quickly as they can. So again, just look at today's day. Today, we're seeing a major reversal. Dollar yen, yes, it's rallied, but the markets have gone up even during periods intraday when the dollar yen has not, and that is again because of the buy the dip mentality. What does this all mean? Well, ultimately, to me, this is the signal of a longer-term beginning of the end. So what we would call a kind of topish type move in the markets. And again, I think we still have a little bit of upside left where they're going to try to rally the market into the holiday weekends of Christmas and New Year's. But I do believe that this type of violence, if you look back in history, and this is probably the biggest part of this video that I'm going to say right now, if you look back in history, you're going to see that when the markets hit a top, and it's a longer term top, first of all, they don't collapse straight down. In 2007, when we made a top, we didn't collapse straight down. What you started to see was violent moves start to occur. You know, one day it would drop big, and then it would snap right back and go back to the highs. Then it would drop 2 days later big and snap right back. And that's the signal of distribution, where the institutions are finally saying, okay, we got to get rid of things. There's too many risks out there. They're selling in. Then you're getting the buy the dippers to come back in. You're getting other events to come back in and push it back up. So I think that is what is beginning here. Doesn't mean we're at a official top right here. What I'm saying is we're beginning to form that period where we're getting a larger term top. In terms of the market today, what do you want to look for the rest of the day? Any sort of close in this upper range around gap fill here from yesterday or from 2 days ago, that is going to be a bullish sign for the markets going into Friday. If we were to somehow sell off and come back towards the lows, that would be bearish, especially if we move to yesterday's lows. That would be extremely bearish. I don't believe that that will happen. That would be a shock to me if it happened. And lastly, if we end kind of in this middle range above the moving averages, kind of right in this range around the 205 area, that would be a neutral to positive. So again, near highs ending day would be a very big positive for the market. Here or above, 50% or above the range today, neutral to positive, and towards the lows would be a negative. All right, guys, come join us here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. Just wanted to give you my views on the S&P 500 and what is going on here. Pretty wild action. I mean, just think of day-to-day moves now. $3 move on the SPY down yesterday, actually a little bit more than 3, and bounce back today. Amazing stuff. Join us here at InTheMoneyStocks.